I wish I had the foresight to just draw a big upwards arrow on the next slide. That would have been a lovely just direction to the booze immediately. Okay, so if anyone's been to a Meet Magento before, this is where we practice how well you have applauded through the day. It is where we give a lot of thanks, celebrate each other a little bit, and then we get insert your version of appropriate towards drink and anything else after here. Okay? Sound good? Okay. So I want to thank everybody for being so wonderful, for not causing any incidents. Not that many people kicked out today, which is lovely. We've had a record low. We've had a lot of pleasantries. We have had a lot of people say how much they enjoyed the event. What I want to get us started with is a big round of applause for our merchant track speakers. So give it up for them. It's been a tour de force of actionable insight and everything else. And I think they have done a wonderful job. Next up, we want to give a round of applause for our technical track. Give it up for them. The two people, not necessarily behind the scenes, because they're on stage all day. You've seen them. They've introduced all the speakers. They've said hello. They've said goodbye. They've introduced everybody, but they had to do a lot of homework to be that good and do it that well. So big round of applause for Joe and Macho, please. I'm going to calm down the applause a little bit. I'm going to say a few things. Then we're going to go back to the applause so your hands can get a little bit of a rest. Let's say thank you to the support sponsors, making sure that we can put on the event. I always say that the event would happen regardless. I feel like we could do this in a tent in a field and you would be crazy enough to turn up if we had the talkers, if we had the speech, if we had everything else. It'd be terrible AV, probably terrible lighting, we'd probably get rained on, something like that. The event would happen, it'd be terrible. So with the money that people provide, with the support they provide, with the energy they inject, really just make it happen at this level. Otherwise, that dream just could not be a reality. I say thank you to the marketplace. It's been packed all day today. I did a little tour earlier in the afternoon. I said to them, how's it been? People been nice to you? You spoke to them? They said, well, everybody was so incredibly engaged, lots of conversations, lots of action, lots of new relationships. That's exactly what these people come here for. When I start the day and say, we reject 80, 90 people from that marketplace to make sure that these people are worth your time, you've engaged with them, you've spent your time with them, and you've made their investment and their opportunity, and they're bringing their team here worth it too. So thank you very much. Finally, I would say thank you to Adobe. They don't have to let me do what I want, but it helps. I think with Akuva as well, they just dive straight in. They make sure it all happens. That wonderful lit up arch with a selfie that I hope you've all had time to go and do, I think is just a wonderful contribution to everything here. So we will do a round of applause for Adobe and Akuva. Go for them, quick. It's a reminder of the t-shirt that did not exist. We have figured out a way to do these t-shirts, to do the Meet Magento t-shirts, the purple version you saw this morning that has the hashtag in the background. One of our lovely clients has said that they will use their warehouse and they will distribute to everybody who will provide an address. So we might send a form out afterwards. If you send the address, we will send you a swag pack. We will then burn your address and pretend we never had it, because we are lovely people in that way. But they are still in Newcastle. They are developing a Geordie accent, settling in. The fond appreciation for Alan Shearer. The socks are still upstairs. Are there any left? It's shaky for people that Rich likes the look of, maybe. The competition is still running for the bears, the foxes, the puppies. You still got time to scan in the QR code, make sure that you enter all the rest of it. We will draw that tomorrow and we'll ship it out to you so you don't have to look at home tonight. You don't have to work out how to be less awkward dancing with it on the dance floor tonight. What I also want to do is say thank you to the JH team. They have to put up with a lot, especially with me, and especially with this event, especially when the email goes out, or the link's in the wrong place, or this thing had to be done on Wednesday and I didn't tell them until maybe 10 o'clock on Wednesday, all the rest. So I'm going to ask them to stand up and turn around and they get to feel a bit of this moment. But I want you to give a nice round of applause to the JH team. You all gave me a look there to say, Jamie, could you make this stop? And no, it's not going to happen. But Jamie, I don't want it to be over. I don't want it to be. My train's not till tomorrow. I've booked a hotel. I hope you have something planned that I might have forgotten about. Don't worry. We've got it. Upstairs, the bar tab is apparently already being absolutely destroyed. Cuva have Prosecco. I believe they are already 23 bottles in. I don't know how. We're going to figure that out in a minute. And JH has a whole bunch of other beverages, drinks, all the rest of it. There'll be a limited amount because we are saving ourselves for the main event, our lovely after party from 7 o'clock. We're graciously sponsored by Shipper HQ. There is 2 different cocktails, JH Red and Shipper HQ Blue. A crack team. Weeks on those names, so please appreciate that. It is here. There is a lovely sign, a whole big wall on the left-hand side of the pillar if you're facing away from registration on your way out, if you want to take a picture, if you forget about it. If maybe your camera app was just not freaking opening in time to take a picture of the slide, don't worry. We do have nibbles, we do have food. What we find repeatedly is they run out by the time most people actually eat them. So I would suggest maybe having a little bit of a meal on the way in, maybe something you can pick up. There's plenty of time between now and then. But if you are a heavy drinker, no judgment, maybe worth treating the stomach first before you go for that. Importantly, you'll probably see us in about 10 minutes' time talking about what we could have done better, what are the things we noticed, what are the things that we could have changed, improved on, all the rest of it. We want to hear from you too. If it's nice, we want it. If it's bad, we want it. Make sure we can do better next year, right? Make sure we can return next year and everything else. You will also see, especially if you've done multiple tweets, you'll probably see just me like everything in one go tomorrow in a big adrenaline dump to recover from the hangover and lack of sleep altogether. So, I want to say thank you. I want to say it has been fun. It has been a privilege. And I hope, I really do hope, you had a lovely day. So thank you very much from me. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.